Hello, a little update coming your way from us. We are still at my mother-in-law's house. We can't really do much because domestic travel is still banned at the moment, but it is 2nd of May when I'm filming this, and on the 3rd of May is when domestic travel restarts. So hopefully we'll be able to do a bit more of moving around. At the moment we can only travel within 10-kilometer radius from where we are, and it's not much, but we've been out and about and I've been shooting quite a lot, as in taking photos quite a lot. I've decided to shake up my content a little bit and do more of landscape and architecture photography. And if you want to see what it's like in Normandy and in the area where we are, which is called Calvados, you can follow me on Instagram, which is reopened. Finally, Instagram reviewed my appeal and gave me my account back for now. I'm terrified that it's going to happen again, but for now it's been quite good. They've reactivated everything and I've been posting there quite a lot, so follow me there in stories, because I'm updating as and when we get out and do something on Instagram a lot more than I do here. So yeah, I'd love to see you guys there. I also wanted to talk to you and probably myself to make more sense of what is happening with us on this video. The difference in us moving to Canada and us moving to France is huge. It's a completely different process in my opinion, because when we were moving to Canada, it was the 4 of us, 2 adults, Ollie and I, and 2 kids, Tessa and Anais, and it was all brand new for us, and we were all kind of struggling with the same stuff and doing the same stuff together, or trying to figure out things a bit more. And I was speaking English, whereas in France, Ollie feels a lot more confident and comfortable, and I'm a fish out of water. But still, we're not on our own. We are staying with my mother-in-law, and it's been really nice, and it really feels like we are still on vacation. So it's been 2 weeks now, just over 2 weeks, and we're still in that vacation mode. The kids and I, the kids don't go to school. The schools have been closed, now they're reopening in France, so it's hard to keep up with everything. And we have nieces and nephews, all different ages, and they're all kind of, some are going to school, some are working, studying from home. But now I think all the schools are reopening from the 3rd of May. But we decided not to enroll our girls into schools just yet. It's literally like a month or 2 left before the schools stop for the summer. So we decided not to put the kids through all that stress and start in September when we find a place. Again, can't tell you exactly where we're going to be because we don't know ourselves where we're going to be. On May 10th, just next week, in 9 days, we are going to this place where we are hoping to stay and live. Just Ollie and I. We got a flight booked, we got a car booked, and an Airbnb. We're staying for 3 nights, and we'll have 2 full days there to drive around and explore and maybe see some potential rentals. It's not easy. It's not as easy as it was in Canada again, because you need to prove like a few months worth of salary to guarantee that you will be paying your rent. And we have just arrived 2 weeks ago, so it's hard to prove that Ollie's employment will cover everything, and we need guarantors to prove that, and we're not quite sure how to do that yet. So we're going to visit some places and talk to some realtors and try to figure out how it's going to work for us in terms of finances, financing the rentals for I don't know how long. We have no plans on buying anything, any property yet, because I'm still recovering from my trauma of selling. So we're gonna rent for a while until we fully decide that we're gonna stay here. We're gonna stay here for a long time, and then maybe we'll look into buying something. Again, nothing right now. Very excited about getting out there and exploring the immediate area where we want to be next week, so stay tuned for that. I am British right now by nationality. Again, I was born in Ukraine, and after 5 years in the UK, I was able to apply for British citizenship, which I did. I got that, and I have no intention of changing that. I quite enjoy being British, but now because of Brexit, I can't stay and freely do whatever I want in France. I can stay here for 90 days and then I have to apply for a visa, which I think it will be pretty easy for me. Fingers crossed again, because I am married to a French national, so it's kind of just an update of a 90-day visa, and then maybe after a while I'll apply for something longer than that, and it's free for me from what we have looked at. The kids are British, and as soon as we have a more permanent address, we will apply for something called livret de famille. Although we have one already, but we need to stamp the kids there. We have Tessa there, but we don't have Anais because we were in this process of moving and we didn't want to kind of lose our documents. So we didn't apply for having Anais in that livret de famille when we were in Canada. And now that we moved back to France, as soon as we have a more permanent address, we'll do that. And we'll apply for the passports for the girls, so they will have dual citizenships, British and French. Not much that we can do right now until we have a more permanent address. So Ollie and I will be on it next week. I'm excited but also quite worried, because it doesn't seem like it's as straightforward of a process as it was in Canada. But again, we're so lucky to be able to fall back on Ollie's family here, so we have a lot of support. I've been having a really good time since we moved out of the Airbnb into Ollie's mum's house, because I can just ask her if she minds watching the kids, and it's about a 10-minute walk to the sea. And I just go for a little walk, listen to a bit of Spotify on my own, grab my camera, take some photos, and have actual breaks in the midst of it all. The kids are having a really good time, although I think we're all kind of getting a little bit restless to know what's next, because it is not a holiday. Even though it feels like it right now, we would like to know what we're gonna do next, where we're gonna be, have a more permanent address. Ollie's in the process of looking at exchanging our driving licenses from Canadian ones to the French ones. It's not an easy process. Again, all the document situations are a lot more complicated in France, but Ollie's got it. He understands how it works. He's got his family that is advising him what's best in each situation, whereas in Canada we were kind of on our own and had to research it all on our own. So the whole process is really different. I feel like I was a lot more switched on and involved in like deciding things for us in Canada, whereas here I'm sitting back and like thinking about what I'm gonna do next for myself, and I don't know yet. I really want to keep going on social media and update you guys here, and kind of creating this diary for us to look back on how it used to be. But it really feels very different to what we have experienced in Canada. In Canada I felt like although it was more complicated because we were on our own and we had to investigate and discover everything on our own, I felt like I was more involved and I felt a bit more powerful in like my voice and my opinions, whereas here I'm just like sitting back, and because I just can't read the websites, I can't understand anybody on the phone, so I can't really call around and be like, can you please explain why this is better than this. So I'm practicing a lot with Ollie's mum, but I know that I'm ways away from actually being semi-fluent. Tessa is really trying to speak French, which is really amazing to hear. Anais is not really, but she'll get there. Tessa's talking to the cousins, and it's, you can hear the progress that she's had since we even moved. So the school was really helpful prior to coming here, the school in Canada. But for me, I don't want to take on any even online courses, because to sign up I'll probably need an address again so I can like pay and be involved more, and I don't have a permanent address, and I don't want to like have to change halfway through courses and things like that. And I'm really hoping that there's going to be more reopening over the summer, and I will be able to maybe attend some courses face to face so I can practice properly speaking to people and not like sit there and mute myself if I'm a little shy or something, which I'm not really shy. I'm not a shy person usually, but I don't know, with age I feel like you get a bit more self-conscious, so I don't want to make a fool out of myself. If I can just, like in current situations, I can hide behind Ollie and be like, oh, you say it, I don't know how to say it. But if I'm on my own during like a face-to-face class and I have to push myself out of my comfort zone, then I'll do it. And I'd like to get more professional help rather than just like trying to speak to the family here, and they're just so nice and polite. They wouldn't let me feel like I've made a mistake. They'll be like, well, I understand what you're saying, so I don't need to correct you. Whereas I would really appreciate it if they corrected me from time to time, because that's how I would learn. Currently I'm not at the level that I want to be in French, but I also feel like I could not push myself further because of the pandemic and all the closures. I don't think I can do any better, if you see what I mean. So it's a strange situation, and as I say, it's a lot more different to what we have experienced in Canada when we were just like, Ollie and I were both powering through all the things. I was making friends online, I was meeting up with some people at playgrounds and chatting with other parents, whereas here it's really not the same. I have had a couple of experiences when I was talking to the girls at playgrounds in English, and then people would come over to me and start asking me questions like, oh, you speak English, where are you from? So I would reply in English as well, but I wouldn't shy away from speaking French if somebody speaks French to me, because I think you get a lot more respect for trying rather than just sticking to, I just speak English, can you speak English to me? I am in France and I ought to speak French, so I'm going to do my best, as scary as it is, and speak French when I can, as often as I can. And I give myself 6 months to be more confident, like not fluent of course, but being able to go into a shop and have a semi-conversation with a cashier, or have a semi-conversation with somebody at the playground with the kids, or whilst dropping the kids off at school with another parent. At this point I want to be able to say, I am from Ukraine, I've lived in the UK before and Canada, and we just moved a few months ago and now we live here. That's all I want. So when people talk to me, I understand a lot more than what I'm trying to say, so it's like more one-way conversations. But I'm gonna keep on trying. We haven't gotten a car yet, and I don't think we'll be getting the car until we move, simply because we don't need it here. We can borrow Ollie's mum's car if we need to go somewhere, or we go with her. And because we want to live farther away than like this immediate neighborhood, then we'll probably get the car when we move there. Probably rent something pretty simple until we find the car that we like, and then that's when we'll have the car. Because at the moment I do a lot of walking, but when we need to go to like a shop or something, we'll just take Ollie's mom's car, and we don't need our own. People don't seem to keep the social distancing very well here. Everybody's walking pretty close to us. They're wearing masks, but still, like, even when I go to the beach, people sometimes, even though we have a lot of space around us, they would still walk pretty close, which is a bit weird to me. I'm not used to it. So I like stop panicking. We went to a little Sunday market this morning, and everybody was walking so close to me that at some point I was like, I'm feeling really stressed right now, and the kids are whinging that they're tired and they want to go back to the car, and I was like, I feel very stressed that the people are like so close to me. But otherwise I think everybody's doing pretty well in terms of COVID, and people are taking vaccines as soon as they're available. My mother-in-law had one, and the second one is coming up, so she'll be fully vaccinated and hopefully safe, fingers crossed. And I think there was an announcement that vaccines will be available for all adults sometime in June, I think June 19th or something like that. So it's coming. Hopefully by then Ollie and I maybe will have like some medical records, like medical number or health number or something like that. I don't know if we need that to get a vaccine, but as soon as they will be available, we'll get them, so we can move around freely and not worry about mostly infecting somebody else, because I'm not too worried about my personal health because I'm a healthy young woman. But I'm more worried that I might spread something to people we love, so gotta be careful. But yeah, this has been a chatty video. I wish I could show you some more, but I really don't feel comfortable walking around filming whilst wearing a mask. I feel like the sound is not great. I feel like you guys can't really see my face, and that bugs me because I can't see my face and I don't know like which expressions I have. So I tend not to film whilst wearing a mask unless I have to, and it's something super important that I really want to tell you. I have my camera with me all the time, but hopefully I'll be able to show you a lot more once we get rid of them, and I'll just take you around to show you where we're going. I think I'll try and film there as much as I can, and I'll keep on posting twice a week because I think that's a good schedule for me right now to keep up with all the help that I'm getting from Ollie's mum. The kids are doing fine, Ollie's busy, and I've got my thing going on, so I think it's a good schedule for me, and hopefully you enjoy it as well. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here for brand new adventures in France, and I'll see you all again next time.